Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that's near and dear to my heart: relationships. You know, that thing that can bring us the greatest joy, but sometimes, let's face it, the greatest heartache too. We're gonna tackle the 8 most common relationship problems and how to solve them. Because, let me tell you something, you're not alone in these struggles. Millions of couples face these exact same issues, but the good news is, there are solutions. So, if you're ready to get real about your relationship and learn some practical tools to strengthen your bond, stick with me. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a big thumbs up. It helps more people just like you find this content. You know, folks, communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. It's the glue that holds people together, the bridge that connects hearts and minds. Without it, misunderstandings and conflicts are bound to arise. If you're not communicating effectively, you're gonna run into problems. It's like trying to navigate a maze blindfolded. You might make some progress, but eventually, you'll hit a wall. It's like driving a car with your eyes closed. You wouldn't do that, right? So why would you let your relationship go on without clear communication? Now, communication issues can manifest in a lot of ways. You got your stonewallers, your screamers, and those who just shut down completely. Each of these behaviors can create a toxic environment. Then there are your passive-aggressive note leavers, you name it. These actions might seem small, but they can build up over time and cause significant damage. But at the core of it, it's about not feeling heard, not feeling understood. When one partner feels ignored or dismissed, it can lead to resentment and emotional distance. And that's where the trouble starts brewing. Small misunderstandings can snowball into major conflicts if not addressed properly. So how do you fix it? Well, first off, you gotta create a safe space for open and honest dialogue. This means setting aside time to talk without distractions and being fully present in the moment. That means no judgment, no interrupting, just active listening. It's about giving your partner the respect and attention they deserve. And when I say active listening, I mean really tuning in, making eye contact, reflecting back what you hear. It's about showing empathy and understanding. You gotta show your partner that you're present, that you care about what they're saying. This builds trust and strengthens your bond. And remember, communication is a two-way street. It's not just about expressing yourself, it's about hearing your partner's needs and feelings as well. It's a dance of give and take. It's about creating a partnership where both voices are valued and respected. So take the time to communicate effectively and watch your relationship flourish. Let me tell you something, trust is the bedrock of any healthy relationship. Without trust, the very essence of a relationship is compromised. It's the glue that holds everything together, the invisible thread that binds two people in a meaningful way. If you don't have trust, you got nothing. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. No matter how much you pour in, it just keeps leaking out. It's like building a house on sand, it's gonna crumble. The foundation is weak, and no matter how beautiful the structure looks, it won't stand the test of time. Now, trust issues can stem from a lot of things: past betrayals, insecurities, even just a lack of communication. Sometimes it's the little things that pile up and create a mountain of doubt. And rebuilding trust, well, it ain't easy. It's a journey that requires both partners to be fully committed. It's about showing up every day and proving that you're in it for the long haul. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes a whole lot of commitment from both partners. It's about making a conscious decision to work through the pain and rebuild what was broken. The first step is acknowledging the issue. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. It's about being honest with yourself and your partner about what's gone wrong. Don't sweep it under the rug and pretend it's not there. Ignoring the problem only makes it worse. It's like ignoring a crack in the wall. Eventually it's gonna bring the whole house down. You gotta face it head on, look each other in the eye and have those tough conversations. It's about being vulnerable and opening up, even when it's uncomfortable. Then you gotta start rebuilding that trust brick by brick. It's a slow process, but every small step counts. Each act of honesty, each moment of reliability, adds another brick to the foundation. That means being transparent, being accountable, being reliable. It's about showing your partner that they can count on you, no matter what. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Follow through on your promises, no matter how small they may seem. It's the little things that build up to create a strong foundation. If you mess up, own up to it. Take responsibility for your actions and show that you're willing to make amends. It's about being mature and handling conflicts with grace. And most importantly, be patient. Trust isn't rebuilt overnight. It takes time, and you have to be willing to give it that time. It's about being there for each other, even when it's tough. Rebuilding trust is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a long journey, but with dedication and love, you can create a relationship that's even stronger than before. You know, folks, money is one of the biggest sources of conflict in relationships. It's right up there with sex and housework, and it's no wonder. Money represents security, it represents freedom, it represents power. So, when couples have different values or habits around money, it can create a whole lot of tension. The key is to be on the same page financially. That means having open and honest conversations about your financial goals, your spending habits, your debts, and it means creating a budget that works for both of you. Now, I'm not saying you have to agree on everything, but you gotta find a compromise that feels fair and equitable. And remember, it's not about the money itself, it's about what the money represents, so dig a little deeper and figure out what's really driving those financial disagreements. Listen, intimacy is about more than just sex. It's about connection, it's about closeness, it's about feeling desired and loved. And just like any other aspect of a relationship, intimacy can ebb and flow over time. But that doesn't mean you have to resign yourself to a life of passionless coexistence. The first step is to start talking about it. What are your needs? What are your desires? What are your fears? Once you've opened up those lines of communication, you can start exploring ways to rekindle that spark. Maybe it's trying new things in the bedroom, maybe it's simply making more time for each other, maybe it's just holding hands more often. The important thing is to make intimacy a priority. Look, when you're in a relationship, you're not just two individuals living separate lives, you're a team. And that means having shared goals and dreams. But what happens when your goals don't align? What happens when one of you wants to travel the world, and the other one wants to settle down and start a family? Well, that's where compromise and communication come in. You gotta sit down and have an honest conversation about your individual goals and how you can make them work together. Maybe it means finding a middle ground. Maybe it means supporting each other's dreams, even if they're different from yours. The important thing is to approach it with an open mind and a willingness to find a solution that works for both of you. Let's face it, in-laws can be a real pain in the you-know-what. They mean well most of the time, but they can also be overbearing, intrusive, and downright disrespectful. And that can put a real strain on your relationship. The key is to set boundaries early and often. Let your in-laws know what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. And don't be afraid to stand your ground. Now, I'm not saying you have to cut them out of your lives completely, but you've got to protect your relationship. Remember, you and your partner are a team, and you need to present a united front. You know, in today's fast-paced world, it's easy to let life get in the way of your relationship. You got work, you got kids, you got errands to run, social media to scroll through. But here's the thing, you gotta make time for each other. And I'm not just talking about sitting on the couch watching TV together. I'm talking about quality time, intentional time, where you're fully present and engaged with each other. Whether it's a date night, a weekend getaway, or just 15 minutes of uninterrupted conversation before bed, make it a priority to connect with each other on a regular basis. Now, a little bit of jealousy is natural. It's human nature to feel a twinge of insecurity when we feel like our relationship is threatened. But when jealousy gets out of control, it can be toxic. It can lead to possessiveness, suspicion, and even anger. So, how do you tame the green-eyed monster? Well, the first step is to figure out what's driving those jealous feelings. Is it insecurity in yourself? Is it a lack of trust in your partner? Once you've identified the root of the problem, you can start addressing it. Talk to your partner about your feelings, work on building your self-esteem, and most importantly, trust yourself and trust your relationship. Well folks, there you have it. 8 of the most common relationship problems and some practical tips on how to solve them. Whether it's communication issues, trust problems, or simply finding time for each other, these tips can help you navigate the complexities of a relationship. Remember, relationships take work, they take effort, and they require both partners to be committed to making things better. But the rewards are immeasurable. When you put in the effort, you build a bond that can withstand the test of time. A strong, healthy relationship can bring you joy, support, and a sense of security. It's about being there for each other through thick and thin, and a sense of belonging that you won't find anywhere else. It's those little moments of shared laughter, the comfort of a warm embrace, and the joy of shared experiences that make it all worthwhile. So, don't give up on love. Keep fighting for it, keep working at it, and never stop communicating. Open and honest communication is the cornerstone of any successful relationship. Now I want to hear from you. Your experiences and insights can help others who might be going through similar challenges. What are some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your relationships? How did you overcome them? Or what are you still working on? What tips or advice do you have for other couples out there? Sharing your wisdom can make a big difference in someone else's life. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going. Your story might be the inspiration someone else needs. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future relationship advice. We're all in this together, and your participation helps build a supportive community. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future relationship advice. We have plenty more tips, stories, and insights to share with you. Until next time, take care and keep those relationships strong. Remember, every effort you put into your relationship is a step towards a happier, more fulfilling life together.